Okay, g'day everyone, welcome to the video. In this one I'm going to go through bank rules in Xero. I'm using the demo company here that everyone has access to. So bank rules are really handy for automating your recurring transactions. It allows you to set up a search based on certain criteria, might be a dollar amount, who it was, the supplier or the customer, or the reference in the bank transaction. It allows the system to search for these things and to basically automate where you're going to code the transaction, so you can really speed up your bookkeeping doing this. So let's go into the reconciliation screen and have a look. Okay, we'll scroll down and find a suitable candidate. Okay. Alright, let's just have a go at this MCO cleaning here. So what we can do, we want to set up a bank rule for this. So we're going to go Options, Create Bank Rule. And we're setting up a spend money rule here. You can also do receive money rules or transfer money rules. Okay, so you basically just start at the top and work your way down. So when money spent on the bank statement matches all or any to broaden the search of the following conditions, the payee equals MCO cleaning. So if the payee is going to come up as MCO cleaning on the bank statement, this will pick that up. You can also go for description, the dollar amount. It might be like a monthly direct debit for the same amount, the reference code, and some other things here. So we can go, for a simple example, go payee equals. Now this means it has to equal exactly this, or we can go contains, which might mean the payee has to contain this, and then it can have other stuff in it, but it has to contain this. Starts with or is blank. So let's go contains MCO cleaning, just in case there's some other text that comes through, but if it has MCO cleaning in the payee field, it'll pick this up. The contact will be an existing or new contact, the payee from the bank, entered during reconciliation, if we want to enter it on the spot. We're going to use an existing or new contact, and that will be MCO cleaning. Okay, so let's just say every month they charge us, there is like a bank fee, a transaction fee that doesn't have GST. We'll say that's $5, and the remaining is all cleaning fees, which does have GST. So to do that, we'll go automatically allocate fixed value line items, and we'll say transaction fee, account, bank fees, and this is going to be GST free, no GST on the bank fees, and we'll just say it's $5. So the first $5 is going to go to bank fees GST free, and the balance, which is for the actual cleaning, we'll just say office cleaning. Yeah, we got a cleaning account there. GST on expenses. Region isn't necessary in this case. That's just a job code there. Set the reference. The reference will be set by me during the bank rec, so we can change it on the spot, or you can enter any of these here. This is only going to run on the business bank account because all our payments from here go to the business bank account, or we can go we'll go from all bank accounts, just in case we happen to send the money from a savings account. Give the title a rule, MCO cleaning, monthly fee, save. So if we scroll down now, here it is. Let's see if it picks up the bank rule. There it is. See how this looks a little bit different to up here? This is blank. This says create. You've got apply rule, MCO cleaning monthly fee. That's what we just did. And the contact name. So from here you can go edit rule, which will take us back into the screen we just came from, where you can edit the criteria. You can go don't apply rule if it's mistakenly picked it up, or if we want to do something different with the transaction, code it somewhere else. Or we can also go view details. And this will show us what the rule has done. So when we click on view details, we should see $5 going to bank fees GST free, and the remainder being $165.55 going to cleaning with GST. So let's have a look and see if it worked. Transaction fee, $5, bank fees GST free, and the balance, yep. So that's exactly what we wanted it to do. And we'll just go save because we're happy with that. Reconcile. Okay, so let's have another look at something. Cooper Street Bakery. Let's go options, create bank rule. It's going to be a spend money rule. Cooper Street Bakery. Let's say this is the bakery down the road. We go there to buy some GST free bakery goods in the morning for our staff. So what we might do is do a search on reference. We don't want to go all, that's a bit too tight on the criteria, so we might even just remove this. Contact will be Cooper Street. Cooper Street Bakery. And this will just all go to, we'll just say some bread. Okay, there's no amenities here. Look, I would put this to probably staff amenities. So I'm just trying to, but there's not an account for that. So, all right, while we're here, let's go set up that new account. So we'll open a new screen. I'm going to go accounting, chart of accounts. We're setting up a new expense account, so let's have a look at what we've got and what the number sequence is like. All right, so let's say we'll make it 430, add account. It's going to be an expense, 430, staff, amenities. GST free in a lot of cases. All right. So we've created the account. Now we're going to have to refresh this screen because it won't pick up on our drop-down list until we do that. And we might lose what we've done. That's okay. So we're going to go payee or reference contains okay, so we're saying in most cases we're picking up some kind of bakery goods that are GST free. And we only spend from the business bank account, Cooper Street Bakery. So let's save this. So what we've done, we've set it this time, the reference contains Cooper Street Bakery. And let's see if it works. Here it is here. It hasn't worked. See how this is blank? And why it hasn't worked is because the reference in this case is EFT, or it's blank. The description is EFT. So let's go have a look at that bankroll. So to get to that bankroll, we've gone into the create screen again, but we've already set one up that we just need to edit. So once in this screen, we can click on the bankrolls link at the top here. And this will show us all of the bankrolls. 7-Eleven, that was already in the system. MCO cleaning we've set up previously. Cooper Street Bakery is the one we've set up just now that didn't work. So the reference contains Cooper Street Bakery. That didn't work because there was no reference. So we're going to have to go payee, contains Cooper Street Bakery. And just to show you how this works, we're going to say any payee that has the word bakery in it is going to link to Cooper Street Bakery. Now, of course, that won't always be the case, but just for the point of the exercise, let's have a look how that plays out. Here it is here. And there it is, it's picked it up. So you do have to be a little bit careful with this stuff, along with, and there's another one up here as well, along with the auto prompting machine learning that Xero does when it sort of prompts you to, like here, for bank fees. You have to apply a bit of a sense check. You can't just go through clicking okay, okay, okay. That's where you start making mistakes. So we say, we know we've got a bankroll here. If we're not sure it's correct, we can always go don't apply or view details. But if it is correct and we're happy with that, we know that we've looked at our invoice from Cooper Street Bakery and everything on there is GST free, we can just go okay. If it's not, then we need to edit it. If sometimes it's GST free and sometimes it's free and it's always a bit different, you probably wouldn't bother setting up a bankroll for this because you know you're going to have to go in and edit it more times than not. So you wouldn't bother. Let's have a look at this one that's already set up in the system from 7-Eleven. Okay, so they've said any payee that contains the word 11 is going to go to office expenses, GST, miscellaneous corner store. Now, a lot of stuff that you get from 7-Eleven isn't going to be office expenses and it isn't going to be GST on everything. So this is probably a good example of something you wouldn't set a bankroll up for. So I'm going to go up here. And we don't want a bankroll with 7-Eleven because it's not really practical. And Cooper Street Bakery, that's not really practical either. If sometimes you're going to have GST and not and so forth. So let's get rid of these two. We're happy with the MCO cleaning bankroll. Because those other two bankrolls are probably just going to tempt us to make errors if we're not careful when we're doing the reconciliation. Let's go back and see what else we have. So you wouldn't set up bankrolls for anything that applies to invoices. Going through the invoice register like here, like here. This is a deposit on an invoice. So you're not going to have a bankroll for anything like that because you're going to be matching this stuff off through the invoice register. Bank fees, you can set up a bankroll for this, but it's not really necessary because you've got the machine learning prompting you to put it to bank fees anyway. Let's see what else we have. Something like parking. After you do a few reconciliations of these, they're going to prompt you as well. ACL conferences. Okay, let's just say that this is a recurring transaction from these guys, that we have some kind of membership with them and they charge us $85 every month. I'll show you another way that we can pick this up. You could run the rule by looking at the payee here, ACL conferences, or you could also say the amount is $85. And let's just go back to that one. Just want to see what date it was made. It's on the 13th of March. $85 on the 13th of March. So let's just say $85 gets charged by ACL conferences on the 13th of every month. So we'll go amount equals $85, and we'll say there is a subscription fee, monthly subscription fee. For the amount of $50, and there's also let's have a look what else we could use. And let's just say there's also an advertising component that you pay them and they advertise for you for your conference or whatever it may be. So what we're doing here, the first $50 fixed amount is going to subscriptions, GST on expenses. The remainder, 100% of the remainder, being $35, will go to advertising. So you can make this, whatever percentage and add in extra lines here for different accounts. For the sake of the example, we'll just make something up. I don't know, let's just say freight. And we're going to say 50% to advertising, 50% to freight. And see how here, must total 100% popped up. So it's a bit of a safeguard there that everything has to add up to 100% here. So the first $50 is going to subscriptions, and then the rest is split equally between advertising and freight and courier. So just for a bit of a prompt here on the name of the bank rule, we're just saying ACL conferences, $85 on the 13th of each month. So we know when it pops up, this is just a bit of a sense check here that we're looking for it to be on the 13th and we're looking for it to be on 4 ACL conferences, because what it's looking at, the criteria is about $85. So anything that comes up with $85 is going to trigger this rule. Okay, so let's find it. Here it is. So it's picked up the rule, and now let's see if it worked. So what we're looking for here is the first 50 to go to subscriptions, and then the remainder 35, half of that, $17.50, to go to advertising, and the other $17.50 to go to freight and courier, all GST. So let's see if it worked. Yep, it worked. Very good. So for stuff like this where you're going to split out items, bank rules can be very handy and save you a lot of time. But as always, apply a sense check before hitting OK and reconcile. So that's about it, guys. This was just a quick run through of bank rules in Xero. Just showing you how to get started. You can get in there and just have a play around. You'll find out quick enough whether it's working or not, and you can tweak it from there. It's very logical in how the criteria works. So just get in, have a play, see how you go, and as long as you're applying a sense check as you go along, it's pretty hard to go wrong. Okay, thank you. Catch you later.